Hello and welcome back. Big boy turn. We got some points in blood magic, well 1 point. We can now cast whatever that fucking spell was called. Bind bone feeds, so I'll start doing a couple of these, why not? It's only 3 slaves and you get 5 of them. And then it's back into Thaumaturgy until we get Plague, Enchantment until we get Rigor Mortis, and then probably just Blood for a while. And at that point I'm pretty sure the game will be over, if we ever even get that far. 2,130 research to go till we get Plague. Which will be about 3 turns if I had everyone researching, which I don't currently, but... cast some spells, I'll check that out in a second. A Die Portent from Yomi, who got the beverage epithet, which is like one of the best ones. So well done, Yomi. But he's cast End of Culture. I'm not sure what that does exactly, but I'll check it out in a second. Proclamation from Femoria. He's got a new prophet, caught some slaves. We took a province off Ulm. We spied a battle. We saw a Garthad taking a wasteland off what's left of Lanka. He's not taking any chances this time. He's brought quite an army. And he walks over them pretty easily. That's here. So this does put an 83 unit stack on our border. So Agartha now has 2 decent sized stacks on our border. Something to be aware of. We also decided to suicide some of our mages into this throne. So just to remind ourselves, that's this throne. It's pretty tough. You can probably imagine how this goes. Or can you? Yeah. We took the throne, somehow. Apparently I don't know my own strength. We lost 1 in a hurry and we killed 111 units. So, that's this province here. Good shit. This is the Throne of the Moon. Spreads Dominion 2, Dominion gets growth +1, again pretty nice for us, since we only have growth 2. Blessed troops get precision +3, and it generates a water gem and an astral pearl. Unexpected event in Rame, we did get attacked by Barbs. Kadra lost some Dominion. A large group of people have started to worship a false pretender. And in Trackless Woods, a superstitious lord has rooted out witches, wizards, mongrels, strangers, and half-wits. Drain +3. There's the Barbs. Discovered some scouts. Patrolled some stuff. Cucked Ted Cruz, the god of Lanka, has been permanently vanquished. And littlecoffins.com. That's probably the best commander name I've got. Littlecoffins.com gained attack skill, but did not gain death skill from becoming a white mage. Yeah. Heroic battle prowess. Receives increased attack skill. +2. Not very useful. So Yomi cast End of Culture. This is the first global enchantment of the game. The Dominion of Yomi will spread chaos into neighbouring provinces. Spawn rate of Oni, both from temples under friendly Dominion and from Oni generals, will be greatly increased. So if you have Dominion adjacent to Yomi's Dominion, you get Turmoil now. So here in Repeta, even though we have my scales, we have Turmoil 2. Which is not good. We did just complete this turn though a temple in Forest of Springs and we are sacrificing, and a temple in Snowford and are sacrificing, so... Yomi has a lot of temples along here, you can see all of these provinces have temples in them. I assume that is his whole thing, is he's trying to push his Dominion and then cast that global. But hopefully we can fight it off a little bit. I don't want Turmoil. Turmoil Misfortune seems pretty bad, and Turmoil events are very bad as well, just in general. That's everything. yeah, a couple of things happening this turn then. So this is the stack down here that just took this province off Lanka. You can see it's now adjacent to this fort. So I'm moving some of the stuff currently in Ulm into Snowford, so that it's only one province away from Brightwoods, just in case it gets attacked, because it does look empty, because, well, it is empty. So just in case he moves onto it, I can quickly kind of defend it if I need to. The mages here that just took Iron Range are going to move towards White Forest. I want to get, you know, a lab temple fort here if I can, but at a minimum I want to claim the throne, and so if you remember, this guy is my prophet, so I want to move my prophet down here. And they should be able to defend this province against quite a lot of stuff too. Is there anything I can recruit here? Some shaman. Requires lab and temple though. I think this is defendable. These units aren't very good, so I think just with those 3 mages, because we just saw how powerful Inaris are, so should be okay. But if we don't get attacked here, we can also move some of the units here into White Forest, just to defend it while I build a fort. 2 N2 mages moving to Forest of Springs. Palisades are up this turn. Casting Bind Bone Fiends. Got 2 devils now. In Sodden Merc, I did get a Mound King, and they can move directly from Sodden Merc to Forest of Springs in one turn. So I'm going to recruit one more of these guys. Everyone else is casting Pale Riders, reviving one more king, and then just Pale Riders every turn. I also realised, so I've got 2 of my warrior sorceresses here. Each month they're going to forge a pair of Ranger's Boots. These will give forest survival, which will be useful just for moving, because whenever I recruit a Witch King, I'd like to be able to move them straight into Sodden Merc, but I can't because there's a forest in the way. So I was thinking, if I've just got a couple of those boots, then whenever I need to move through this forest, I can just give them to the unit. Oh, they can't wear boots. Fuck, because they're mounted. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. I wonder if there's any other item that gives forest survival. Yeah, but it's just annoying that I can't move, because I recruit my Witch Kings in Sauromatia, but then I can't move them to the Sodden Merc to start casting stuff. But so I have to move to one of these nearer provinces first. Then again, maybe it's sufficient just to have 3 of these guys here for now. Maybe because I'm going to run out of gems pretty quickly, and then I only need 1 to be doing it every turn. I can alchemize all my pearls as well, of course. I'll still make a couple of Ranger's Boots just to have them, because it is kind of useful just to, if I ever just need to quickly move a commander through a forest, I suppose it's worth having them. Still forging these Coral Blades as well. I can give everybody 8 extra hit points when I need to. But yeah, I think that's it for this turn. The Inaris that just took this throne are going to move up towards Rame now and try and take that back. With the exception of Daddy, where's Fido? Because she now has 1 hit point and is doomed to die next turn no matter what, so she's just going to search this province. I'm not sure if searching happens before or after the gaining affliction phase, but we'll see. So just these 3 are going to move on towards Rame and try and take that back. And that's everything, still just kind of in a holding pattern. I should probably speak to Yomi again and see if he's any more likely to attack Agartha now. Gotta happen sometime. Hit N a few times, check F1, I think I've got province defense everywhere. The other thing I'm doing is in one of the provinces where I'm blood hunting, I'm building a lab, just so that I don't have to move slaves around with scouts anymore. That's this one. I don't know if that's worth the 400 gold to do that, or whatever it is, 500 gold. But it's for the sake of laziness, really. I'm sick of sneaking scouts around with blood slaves. I'm still doing that here, but... Alright, ending turn. So that was turn 46. Cataclysm does occur on turn 69. So there's only 23 more turns before the game starts to end. If you want to work Cataclysm as a new thing in Dominions 5, you can enable, and basically you pick which turn the Cataclysm starts to occur on, and at that point horrors will start attacking thrones, and they eat thrones. And whenever they eat a throne, the kind of number of points you need to win the game is sort of rebalanced. So it's possible that a bunch of thrones get eaten and then suddenly somebody wins because they now have enough throne points to win. So that's what Cataclysm does. So the end of the game is actually approaching faster than we might think. So let's try and smash into Agartha before that happens and try and take some thrones off him. Anyway, I think that's the end of the video as well, right? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Either way, I will see you next turn. Hello! There are no messages this turn. It's all just shit. Cast some spells, caught some slaves, forts up in wherever. Forest of Springs. Apparently searching for sites does occur before dying, so we searched White Forest for sites. So even though the commander is there, we did search White Forest, got search icons up top. And the only unexpected event was Blue Water, where we lost 10 income, and that's it. So, I think that's it, right? Yeah. This guy's now a White Mage. So, usual stuff. I found out there is an item that gives you forest movement. It's Ivy Crown. So I'm forging a couple of Ivy Crowns. One of which I gave to my god, just because he had a head slot. And the other one is going to a Warrior Sorceress down here somewhere. Can anyone spot it? Here. So it just gives you an Awaken Vinemen bonus and Forest Survival. It's only 5 gems. So that Warrior Sorceress can now move directly to White Forest in one turn to build a temple, hopefully. So very simple. I'm moving one Warrior Sorceress to Brightwoods to build a temple one day. Some stuff is moving to the throne to take the throne and build a fort there and stuff. Moving troops out as well. So we'll have a stack of troops adjacent to one of Agartha's forts as well, with like a reason for doing that. They'll be like, hey, I'm just protecting my throne. So that's good. Scouts moving around. I was thinking one thing, maybe, this might be a bit too aggressive, but I could sneak some of these Woodhenge Druids into these provinces and preach. But I don't know, that might be a bit too risky, because if they get caught it looks very, very aggressive, so maybe not. But I thought that would be a funny thing I could try and do. Still casting Pale Riders, moving some troops around. We've got 65 Long Deads heading to Forest of Springs. Got lots of junk here now, ready to attack. Junk here still. What's moving here? Oh yeah, the witch. So I got a witch. She can cure disease. Gonna head to Sudden Murk to try and get rid of this guy's disease, hopefully. And that's it. So the plan, I think, is in 2 or 3 turns, I'll try and just attack Agartha's fort here. This has most of his sacred troops and it has his god. So if I can trap him in here and then fight it and kill it, that's a pretty devastating opening move in a war. Question is whether or not can I actually do that. So it's impossible for me to move an army stack directly onto this fort in one turn, unfortunately. Presumably because there's forest in the way, but it's difficult to get. There's also this mountain range as well, but either way I can't move onto this in one turn, so I have to move troops into Trackless Woods first. And as soon as I move like a 500 unit stack into Trackless Woods, I'm pretty sure that is like the most obvious fucking act of telegraphing my intentions possible. So I was thinking, is there some way I can trap Agartha in this fort during the ritual phase? And where was it? Arouse Hunger? This looks like a remote attack spell. I'm not sure how powerful ghouls are though. But I guess the idea would be that we'd attack this province with ghouls during the ritual phase to try and trap his army in the fort while we move to here, and then do the same next turn, and then sit on the fort. And then I think if I've just got a huge army of just junk that I can buff up, plus some sacreds, I'll have my god in the fight, I can buff this guy up as well, I can make him ethereal, and he can cast Temper Flesh, which I think will help with those magma children. Have him wade into the fight. I also need my Dominion in this province though as well, which is a bit... I've got a temple here sacrificing, temple here sacrificing, temple and throne and god here sacrificing. But he also has temple and god and temple and throne. Which is why I was thinking of moving the druids through and preaching as well. I'm also not sure what he can do in defense either. There's a really annoying remote attack spell that Earth has that attacks your commanders with Earth Elementals, so I'll have to start guarding all my commanders. He can probably do lots and lots of Earthquakes, but I'm not sure if he'd do that in a fight or not, because I think that might kill his alms. But Earthquakes would just wipe out all my skeletons and stuff. But either way, if we sit still, we're out of the game, and the only neighbour we can really attack is Agartha, who is also probably the player who's the furthest ahead. So I think I have to attack him in the short term anyway. So whether it's successful or not is kind of irrelevant. I have to try. And then hopefully it's so unexpected we can catch him off guard and crush him. But I need my Dominion in this province. And then I need some way of getting troops into this fort before he can really react. And then down here I can just cap all these provinces with like groups of like 2 or 3 Inaris. And I've still got quite a few units here as well that can walk around doing forts. So that's the plan. Whether or not it comes to pass or not, we'll have to see. I'm a bit frustrated that Yomi kind of very slightly facetiously suggested everyone invades me. So hopefully people don't do that. But again, I don't have any neighbours. It's only Agartha that neighbours me. And Yomi. And if Yomi attacks me instead of Agartha, I think that's silly, because that just gives Agartha another cap, because I'm right next to him. And another throne, to be honest. But we'll see. Can't predict what other players will do. So that was turn 47. See you next turn. Hello, welcome back. Another not really anything turn this time. Cast some spells. We found a magic site. Our dog found a mud field. I'm sure he was really happy about that. This gives 1 earth gem per turn. Caught quite a few slaves, sort of. Some people didn't. Some people let the side down, but took back Rame with some Inaris. We got 4 gems and 3 curses plus 2 nature gems. For events, a brand new rug now lives again as a white mage, but did not gain any death magic, unfortunately. Also has 1 hit point. Lost an eye and lost an arm. Why do you only have 1 hit point then? That doesn't make sense. Why'd you have 1 hit point? That's... None of these say anything about hit points. It's really strange. Oh well, whatever. A brand new relic has 1 hit point, so... It's really weird, I don't know. And that's it for messages. Still doing nothing. Still doing absolutely nothing. Building a temple and site searching and claiming a throne in White Forest. Oh, I finally got another warrior sorceress with blood, so we've got 1 extra blood hunter for Jome. Still moving troops around here. We don't quite have plague yet. We also still have lots of astral pearls to burn through, so we're still massing long dead horsemen. And I still don't have what do you call it, Dominion in this province, which annoys me. So these 3 grey arrows are druids. They're all gonna build temples in these 3 provinces. I think as soon as there's white candles in this province, I'll just attack it, regardless of anything else. Because I'm getting a bit sick of waiting, and the longer I wait, the more likely someone else is going to attack me. You can see Ermor kind of has a border with me now. And Ermor is currently killing off Van, so might want to attack me afterwards, especially since he seems to be quite friendly with Agartha. So the longer we sit here, the worse things get, but still don't know how to, like, attack this. I was wondering if I could have, like, a hidden army here, so that on the same turn I move my Ultra Stack into Trackless, I can move a hidden army from Trackless onto Simri. In case that Ghoul spell doesn't do anything, or doesn't work. And Druids are stealthy and they can lead some wolves, but I don't... I mean, maybe if I have all my Druids here, and then I attack and it's only Province Defense and they all cast Swarm, maybe that would put the fort under siege quite safely. And then the turn after that I move the Doom Stack on. So even if he breaks siege, it doesn't matter because he'll fight into my Giant Stack. That might work and be fine. I mean, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 guys all casting Swarm? That's gonna kill... How much? The local defense of this province appears to be quite well organized. That's like 10 PD, right? That might work. Oh. Let's see if we've been attacked yet. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for like Agartha or Yomi to just attack me, and that's the end of planning. Let's get a sneak peek of turn 49. I'm always basically just filled with dread until I see the messages and see if there's like a Yomi flag attacking me or something like that. No, that is not Yomi attacking me. Alright, so I'll do this turn and I'll be right back. And thanks for watching, and so on.